haunted halls of the House of Commons, Cormac McSweeney, Parliament Hill.
This portion of the news brought to you by RecycleMyElectronics.ca. Another neighborhood rocked by gunfire earlier today. 680's Mark Douglas joins us from Jane and Lawrence.
Gunfire at around 9:30 in the morning. A ground floor apartment window was pierced by a bullet. Inspector Jim Cattell says 2 people were shooting. 1 person was shot.
We did find one who's 29 years old. He had been shot several times. He's been taken to a local trauma hospital for treatment. We believe that his injuries are serious at this point in time, but we don't think that they're life-threatening.
The crime scene is a parking lot behind this apartment building. Here at the corner of Jane and Harding Avenue, there's a black 4-door car with its rear passenger door left open in the rain. Now, police are saying that there were 2 people inside that vehicle. The 29-year-old man is the one who was hurt. Suspects were spotted running from the scene. They are believed to be armed.
One suspect was running north. Descriptions of him at this point in time.
Near Jane and Lawrence, I'm Mark Douglas.
680 News Time, 6:07. Project Community Space is being extended to try and curb the continuing gun violence associated with street gangs. Toronto Police Chief Mark Saunders says the city is experiencing the highest number of shootings recorded to date in Toronto, a total of 237 so far this year. Over the last 11 weeks, police have made nearly 400 arrests and laid over 900 charges related to firearms. The project received nearly $5 million from all 3 levels of government and was scheduled to end this week. The extension will continue to be supported by those original funds.
And it's a development that has pitted progress against personal privacy. Waterfront Toronto's board of directors has unanimously voted to keep the proposed Quayside development alive.
This version of Quayside and Sidewalk Labs has been significantly scaled back in size.
Where's the money come from for this shit?
190 acres down to just 12.
Ha!
There were also concerns over data collection and storage, which will now be controlled by the city. Mayor Tory says these changes had to happen.
Our ability to move forward is possible thanks to Sidewalk listening to the concerns raised by residents and by staff and by everybody involved in this and agreeing to adjustments to their MIDP.
Tory remains optimistic with what Quayside could become for the city.
This is our waterfront. We have to be careful with it, but I think we are moving forward to do something that is very exciting for the city.
A final decision will be made next year at City Hall. I'm Momin Qureshi.
Coming up in 30 seconds, latest problems on the soaking streets, and we'll try guess.
680 News Time, 6:09. This
is 680 News. What's taking up space in your office? Printers, servers, old monitors, and desktops? Recycle My Electronics has a dedicated and free pickup service for e-waste just for businesses. We certify destruction and provide a comprehensive tracking process so you can feel confident and secure while keeping sustainability front and center. Schedule a pickup today by calling 1-833-NO-E-WASTE. That's 1-833-NO-E-WASTE. Or visit recyclemyelectronics.ca. The future is in your hands. Don't let it go to waste. City streets. Church Street closed in both directions from Carlton to north of Wellesley for Halloween celebrations. And emergency crews are en route to a crash in McCown and McNichol. Expect lane restrictions at that intersection. Now, 680 News gas price update. Enpro predicts the price will drop a cent at midnight. Coming up in 60 seconds, we have traffic and weather together. Crash on the northbound 404 at Steeles, blocking the HOV in left lane.
680 News Time, 6:09.
At FAF, buying a vehicle is easy. You always get our best price first from our sales
You didn't
reps,
tell me what
meaning
model
no
car it
fees
was,
and a
man.
negotiation-free experience.
That's it? What about the
I
fine
don't see
print?
any mention of
is
shootings
the
on
fine
the
print.
Toronto
FAF
Police
keeps
social
things
media
simple.
page.
Really? But we still have time to film it. So,
Recruiters.
How was your drive in?
great, actually. No traffic for once.
Learn more about how FAF makes buying a car easier at fafauto.com. FAF, for the love of the road.
This is a public service announcement from Factory Tile Depot. Attention contractors, we've got you covered for specialty tiling tools like Piranha Diamond Core Bits and the Pegrin leveling system. But there are things you can't have, like our tool expert, Ryan. Yes, he knows more than your lazy, good-for-nothing nephew, but we like our Ryan. So hands off. Factory Tile Depot, everything you need. Except Ryan. Check out our new Pro Center in Milton, our showrooms in Burlington, Mississauga, Milton, and Oakville, or shop online at factorytiledepot.ca.
680 News Time, 6:11.
Traffic and weather together on once, brought to you by Shoppers Drug Mart. Jordan Kerr.
Northbound on the 404 at Steeles, the HOV left lane, a little bit of the central lane still blocked
Harding
off because of
Avenue,
collision
James
cleanup.
Street.
Crews are still on scene. The ambulance still there as well. Northbound on the Don Valley Parkway is backed up from Bloor to the 401 and then jammed approaching Finch to Steeles because of this issue. After that, it's slow from the 407 to Elgin Mills. Leaving downtown on the westbound Gardner, it is jammed up from the DVP to west of Strong because of that long-term construction. That's slow going approaching Kipling onto the westbound QEW to approaching Mississauga Road, and then westbound on the QEW is slow going approaching Burloak. That's slow going around onto the Burlington Skyway and over it. That's all due to delays through that area. Everything's slower than usual because of the rain. From the 680 Traffic Center, Kyle Hawking.
Two problems on the eastbound 401 now. We have one approaching Avenue Road in the collectors, right lane blocked for the crash. And now approaching Leslie in the collectors, the right lane is blocked with a stalled vehicle. Tows are on scene in both cases, and across the city, delays from south of the airport, alternately expressing collectors to Markham Road, more volume Port Union, alternately expressing collectors into Durham to Harmony. And in Durham region on the westbound 401, we now have a problem west of Brock Street. The left lane is blocked right at the Henry Street overpass. We have a delay through here from about Fixon to west of Brock Street. Again, 404, alternately expressing collectors to west of Mavis and approaching Winston Churchill to Highway 25. Ongoing problems on the southbound 400 as well. Approaching Shepherd, two left lanes are still blocked, so it's heavy from Finch. It's time for your annual flu shot. To get yours, simply visit your nearest Shoppers Drug Mart. Protect yourself. Getting vaccinated is your best defense against the flu, subject to availability.
I'm
Your next report at 6:21, and with the forecast, here's Carl Lamb.
I'll drink that.
And
That'll
temperatures
dissolve
have
anything that
actually
needs to
risen
come out
at
of me.
Pearson, so we're up to
And
9
we'll be
degrees,
good.
and that rain is
I was
now
trying to
very
look at your
light in
picture.
nature.
I
So we're
didn't
seeing
get-
it right near the downtown core, stretching back to Mississauga over towards Milton, and a little bit of rain
Milton
near
or
Hamilton
Malton?
right now, but it's
Milton.
not as steady as
Bradford,
it was earlier
Bradford,
this afternoon, which is
Bradford.
great news for the trick-or-treaters. If you're just getting home and getting ready, you can expect a full crowd of kids headed your way. And temperatures tonight dip down all the way to +1, and that's the overnight low, with rain continuing, a low pressure system's wrapping around that northern air, and it's making it much cooler in the GTA as we head into the overnight, and it's going to get really windy. Those wind gusts could be up to 80 kilometers per hour. Tomorrow's high just
So
5
your kids'
degrees,
costume is
and it's going to
wings
stay
or
windy. Winds out of the west between 30 to 40 kilometers per hour.
across the street.
It's a mostly cloudy start, but some sunshine by the afternoon. Right now, it's 9 at Pearson, 9 in downtown Toronto. Tonight's overnight low, +1.
680 News Time, 6:13.
Plus
680
one.
News Market Minute.
What's the threshold you have to say
Today in the
plus?
books, a
We're
money
gonna find out.
loser amid some renewed worry about China-U.S. trade. The Dow fell 140 points, even as Apple jumped more than 2%. S&P down 1/3%, NASDAQ down 11. The TSX today fell 18 points. That's the month of October in the books. It was a money-losing month. The
No, that
TSX
was the
fell
day. Hold on.
1% over the past 4 weeks. Gold up just
1%.
over $18 today, 1,414. Check that. Gold at 1,514 U.S. dollars. The ounce of the Canadian dollar down at 75.96 cents U.S. This is 680 News.
This is your Air Transat
Anyway,
flight
look.
attendant reminding you
Product of
nothing can
turkey. I'm
replace
sorry,
family time.
Mr.
Even if I like every
Bush
photo
the
my kids
third,
post,
but we're going to keep buying products from Turkey because they make
I
such
always
good
comment
fucking
and even
candies.
use smiley emojis.
Still no.
What if I add gifts? Animated gifts.
Or you could take advantage of our family time promo and save up to 40% on South packages. Go to Transat.com or call your Transat travel professional. Conditions apply. Transat. Vacation is calling.
Questions about your plumbing? Call in Reliance Home Comfort. Kevin asks, why does my bathroom sink take so long to drain? Well, Kevin, in the bathroom, hair can be a common cause of simple clogs. However, it could be something more serious, like a problem with your main drain line caused by intruding roots. Whether you have an urgent need or an issue you've been putting off, call on Reliance Home Comfort for all your plumbing needs. We'll get there quickly and fix it right. So when you need help fast, call on Reliance.
I don't know where the fuck my headphones are.
This is All News Radio, 680 News. With light rain in downtown Toronto and 9 degrees now at Pearson. Good evening from the 680 News Broadcast Center. I'm James Monroe.
And I'm Laura Carney. Here are the top stories this hour.
Halloween is here. And if you're afraid of water, tonight will be terrifying. Special weather statement remains in effect from Environment Canada, warning of a wet trip through your neighborhood. The winds Temperatures are also set to pick up, so the dark and stormy weather could make getting around a little more dangerous. We have some Halloween tips to help you stay safe in traffic and weather after sports.
All
Time now for 6:80.
I don't know why it sounded like upset. I'm not really.
The fan. Here's Alex.
And James, that game could have
What the
easily
fuck this
gotten out of
shit
hand
is?
last night, but TFC goalkeeper Quentin
1,
Westberg
2.
lunged to his right
Yeah,
and
that is
saved
3,
that penalty shot from
4.
Petty Martinez. Jonathan Osorio chatting
Yeah,
with
that is
Tim and
3.
Sid.
I
It's
got
so big
5.
for us all season, and that was a turning point of the game for sure.
One stretches, man.
It was amazing. It gave us life, it gave us energy, and then we responded shortly after. So, that was definitely a turning point.
Toronto FC will play the Sounders in Seattle for the MLS Cup on November the 10th. Breaking news coming in, the NBA offering up suspensions for last night's scuffle between the Timberwolves and the Sixers. Joel Embiid and Karl Anthony Towns each receiving a 2-game ban. Ben Simmons walking away scot-free. Raptors in Milwaukee Saturday. Second upset in as many days for Denis Shapovalov, who beat Alex Zverev 6-2, 5-7, 6-2. Shapo's off to the Paris Masters quarterfinals. And Kenyon Drake will make his Arizona Cardinals debut, expected to receive quite the workload tonight when they take on the 7-0 49ers. Kickoff is set for 8:20. Sports at 15 and 45 past every hour or anytime on the home of Tim and Sid, now on TV and radio. Sportsnet 590 The Fan.
6:80 news time, 6:17.
The clock is ticking on 2019. It's the Clear Out sales event at Nissan. Drive home the sporty yet rugged Nissan Qashqai with available intelligent all-wheel drive.
I can't spell that, buddy. How the fuck am I supposed to find it to know what it looks like?
60 months, or get up to $3,000 standard rate finance cash on other select models. Plus, get a $600 winter tire credit. Time is running out to get Clear Out pricing. Sale ends October 31st.
There is nothing useful on the Toronto Police Service social media page. I thought there would be something useful there.
You know the name. You've heard the song. But until you've seen it live, you haven't experienced the magic of Cats.
Unabbreviated electron configuration of sodium. Motherfucker. Barium, plutonium.
6:80 news time, 6:18 in Washington. The House has approved the rules for its impeachment inquiry of the U.S. president. It was the chamber's first formal vote on a process that's likely to take months, possibly stretching into the early weeks of the 2020 election year. The vote was a victory for majority Democrats who control the investigation in the House. In a speech before today's vote, Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi said the impeachment inquiry is necessary to defend the Constitution and prevent an abuse of power by President Trump.
Right in the here and now, we are keeping the republic from a president who says Article 2 says I can do whatever I want.
The investigation is focused on Trump's efforts to push Ukraine to investigate his Democratic political opponents by withholding military aid at an Oval Office meeting created by the country's new president. ISIS has confirmed the death of its leader and named a new one. Here's ABC's Aaron Katursky.
In an audio message, ISIS confirmed the death of Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, but warned, "Do not be happy, O America." The message said the Islamic State stands at the threshold of Europe and Central Africa and is expanding and remaining. ISIS announced Baghdadi's successor, Abu Ibrahim al-Hashimi al-Qurashi, and took a jab at President Trump. The statement said, "Do you not look at how you have become the joke of the nations, your fate controlled by a stupid old man who goes to sleep with one opinion and wakes up with another?"
The speaker in the audio also confirmed the death of a close aide of Baghdadi. And this is truly scary. Police in Indiana are investigating after a woman is found dead with an 8-foot python wrapped around her neck. Paramedics tried to revive the 36-year-old at a home north of Indianapolis. Officers found not one, not two, but 140 snakes inside the house. 20 of them belonged to the woman who visited her pet snakes about twice a week.
What?
Coming up in 60 seconds, traffic and weather.
Fucking serious? What?
News time, 6:20.
What does that mean?
Are you struggling to lose weight? Has that extra weight been keeping you from looking
Okay,
and
so
feeling your
who
best?
snakes with the other 120? What do you should visit? What the
People lose weight and feel great for over 40 years. And we can help you lose up to 20 pounds per month without exercise or diet pills. Whether you want to lose 10 pounds, 30 pounds or more, our team of nurses and doctors will ensure that your weight loss is healthy and long-lasting. So stop struggling and start succeeding. To learn more, visit the Bernstein Diet and Health Clinics at drbdiet.com.
Hey, thanks for picking me up. No problem.
least I can do for our captain. So, you pumped for the
Jay,
season?
what the
Yeah,
fuck just
I got
happened?
four-wheel drive in this Escape. I got it when we hit the ice. Yeah, so did I.
Make sure you're ready for the season in a Ford Escape. Right now, get 0% purchase financing for up to 72 months on all new 2019 Escape models. Plus, no extra charge winter tires, rims, and sensors. Get the SUV built to get you out there. Get your Escape today at your local Ford store or Ford.ca.
680 News Time, 621. Traffic and weather together on the ones. Brought to you by City TV. Here's Jordan.
It's still there, but it should clear up soon. Northbound on the 404 at Steele, the HOV and left lane still blocked off because of collision cleanup. But looks like the two cars that were involved in the crash have been towed away. It's just MTO and emergency crews. But northbound on the Don Valley Parkway is backed up from Bloor up to the 401, and then northbound 404 jammed approaching Finch to Steele's, where we have the HOV and left lane blocked. There's a bit of a break, then it's slowed from the 407 up to Elgin Mills. Looking at alternates, they are starting to clear up. And northbound Don Mills still really heavy at the bottom end north of the DVP up to Overley, and then it's pretty clear after that, a delay approaching Steeles. And northbound on Woodbine now, that's very slow going from the 407 to Highway 7. There's construction on Highway 7 and Woodbine. There's construction in the right lane in either direction, eastbound and northbound, so that's still slowing people down from the 680 traffic center.
We still have two issues on the eastbound 401. In fact, a new problem first. East of Dixon, the left lane is blocked for the collision. Crews are on scene here. And then the second issue, approaching Avenue Road in the collectors, the right lane is blocked for the crash and tows on the scene there. The problem that's cleared is eastbound 401 approaching Leslie in the collectors. All issues there are gone. However, if you're traveling across the city, delays approaching the 427 alternately express and collectors to about Markham Road, and Port Union alternately express and collectors to Brock Street. It only extends that far because westbound 401 just west of Brock Street, left lane is blocked for the crash, so that's causing that eastbound visual distraction as well. Heavy on the westbound side approaching Fixon to the crash west of Brock Street, and then 404 alternately express and collectors to Dixon. It's easing some into Mississauga and Milton, but still quite busy. On the southbound 400 approaching Shepherd, still have two left lanes blocked and a delay from Finch. Friday on Breakfast Television, the Northern Pikes perform live and chat about the making of their new album, plus Random Acts of Kindness, BT, weekdays at 5:30 only on City TV.
I can bring my own gun? That's in the fucking treaty. I have to supply a gun. What the fuck? How the fuck am I supposed to do that?
Wind really kicks up as we head closer towards midnight and continue through the overnight. Southwest winds between 30 to 50 kilometers per hour, gusting to 80. And it's all part of that special weather statement that we have in place. An overnight low of +1. That rain changes over to light snow. That continues into tomorrow morning. Mostly cloudy to start. We'll see a little bit of sunshine by the afternoon, a high of 5 degrees. And it's going to be a really cool day. Those winds out of the west between 30 to 40 kilometers per hour. Saturday and Sunday, 6 degrees will be the high. Mostly cloudy on Saturday, and we'll have showers develop by the late morning. And Sunday, we have a chance for some morning rain showers with a mix of sun and cloud. Right now, 9 at Pearson, 11 in downtown Toronto. Tonight's overnight low +1.
You're lying. You
Coming up the
just
bottom
don't
of the
know.
hour, Halloween night is here. Special weather statement remains in effect from Environment Canada. The heaviest rain probably over, but the winds will be picking up. We're working hard to keep you safe.
680 News Time, 624. Live debt-free.
Is most of your debt payment going toward interest only while your debt keeps growing? We can help you break the cycle of debt. The government allows you a fresh start to reduce your debt by up to 80% without a bankruptcy. For 40 years, Farber, licensed insolvency trustees, have helped over 100,000 Canadians get out of debt. Visit afarber.com and book a free consultation at a Farber location near you.
Live debt-free.
Mother Nature. Once in a while, she'll have an extremely bad day.
When this happens, count on the 680 News Extreme Weather Center to help you weather the storm.
The 680 News Extreme Weather Center, brought to you by Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service.
Exclusively on 680 News
and 680news.com.
Man, what's this
Coming
thing?
up
Talking
in
Nova
60
Scotia and
seconds, we'll take you through the latest market action.
680 News Time, 625.
Save thousands on a new rug at the new Imperial Expo. The new Imperial Expo manufacturer's clearance grand opening is on now. Save 55 to 80% and pay no taxes. Park for your floor from their lubes.
You all got the same fucking flag.
Of a lifetime
time. Make the trip to
Everybody's got the same goddamn flag.
Imperial Expo and save 55 to 80% and pay no taxes. One location only, 1177 Caledonia Road.
Common languages, including
Go to ImperialCarpetandHome.com.
You know, it'd be great if emergencies and cash flow both cooperated at the same time. But life doesn't work that way. If you find yourself needing some extra money right now, if you own your car or your home, get a loan. Borrow up to $30,000 from Prudent Financial. Approval in minutes and money shortly afterwards. Get a loan that's part of a credit rebuilding program and is way cheaper than a payday loan. Go to prudentfinancial.net or call 416-634-2020. 634-2020.
PrudentFinancial.net.
680 News Time, 626.
Now, 680 Business Report brought to you by Imperial Carpet and Home. Richard Southern.
James, big news out of Canada's oil patch today. Big news really as regards corporate Canada on a whole. One of the oldest companies is saying bye-bye. It's packing its bags, going to the United States. Encana announcing plans to move its headquarters stateside. Calgary-based company says it's going to rebrand as well, calling itself Ovintiv, dropping any reference to Canada from its name. The official line from the company is that it will have exposure to more capital in the United States. But the bigger story is we've seen a number of companies abandon the oil sands, the result of a lack of pipeline space, which has made it difficult to make money, difficult to grow.
That's horrible. Look at it, it's all sad on our asses. I'm going to collapse all on its own.
Sir John A. Macdonald granted CPR drilling rights along the railway. They struck gas in southern Alberta. They spun it off, and so began Encana. Greg Taylor with Purpose Investments.
Hopefully it could be a contrarian say this is the bottom for the sector, but when they're basically saying that they're giving up on finding investors here and someone looks out to the border where they can find new investors, I don't know what that says about active management in Canada or faith in the Canadian energy sector, but it doesn't say anything good.
And Canada stock down 6.6% today. It's down 34% on the year. The TSX fell 18 points, and it was down 1% in October, though it's up 18% on the year, up 15% rather on the year. The Dow today down 140 points, S&P down 9, NASDAQ down 11 on a concern about China-U.S. trade. BCE and with strong wireless subscriber growth and solid financials, though the stock fell 26 cents to $62.48. So sizable news here on Hudson's Bay. The proposed privatization of HBC could be at risk after a large group of minority shareholders say they intend to vote against the deal by Baker to take the company private. So that'll be something to watch tomorrow. HBC stock closed slightly higher today. Price of gold up just over $18, $1,514 US dollars the ounce. And the Canadian dollar at 75.95 cents US. Top stories next. This is 680 News.
Volksfest.
Everyone, we love to celebrate with
Ramgate Volkswagen,
where we decorate
Take one
with tinsel, pretty lights, and
a $2,500 cash purchase bonus.
Or we gather at the fireplace
and finance the T1 from 0% for up to 72 months. Additional $500 in finance cash on other select trims.
And all laugh together.
Volksfest ends October 31st. RamgateVW.com.
For more cheer.
Part of the Bramgate Automotive family. Making your smart speaker even smarter.
Alexa, play 680 News.
Playing 680 News.
I'm here with Bill Coy of Coy Brothers, and we're talking about Halloween costumes. I'm going to be a superhero.
I have just the thing to make you fly.
Really, Bill? What's that?
An Echo PB770 backpack blower.
That doesn't seem all that safe, Bill.
The Echo PB770 blows leaves, debris, sticks, even capes. It's perfect for commercial users and folks with big yards, and it's on sale for $659.95.
You'll be blown up, and away with an Echo blower from Coy Brothers.
KOOYBROS.
So there's been bullshit about money and fucking
If you're heading off
corruption
to Vancouver, clear skies and a high of 10.
place.
High of 17. Chicago, rain and maybe some snow. A high of 4.
Really?
Washington, D.C. showers and a high of 24. In downtown Toronto, we have light rain. And Pearson right now, we are at 9 degrees at 6:30.
Number 1 for news in Toronto. This is 680 News.
Here are James Monroe and Laura Carney.
Good evening. This is Thursday, October 31st.
Here's what's making news right now.
It's one of Toronto's most famous streets for trick-or-treating, Edgewood Avenue. And this wicked weather hasn't stopped ghosts and ghouls from trick-or-treating and raising money for a good cause.
One of the spookiest nights of the year, also one of the most dangerous to be a kid.
kid. Police out with tips for safe costumes.
Gunfire in northwest Toronto at about 9:30 in the morning.
2 people were shooting. 1 person was in 5 shots.
Suspects are on the loose.
The Raptors and a Greek freak. We'll discuss that possibility. Nothing doing for the Leafs today. We'll tee up the NFL Thursday Nighters. Sports at 45.
Big money in ghosts and goblins. Halloween, $1 billion industry in Canada. We'll break it down. TSX falling 18 points today, turning in a money-losing month. Business at 56.
680 News Time, 6:31.
Time for traffic and weather together on the ones brought to you by Lexus of Oakville. Here's Jordan Kerr.
Well, we have another crash on the East 401. It's east of Guelph line. All 3 lanes are affected with the crash, but traffic's still able to squeeze by. Thanks for the traffic spotter letting us know about this. It's jammed east of Guelph line because of that. And then eastbound on the 401 is slow going, just east of Mississauga Road. And we have a number of issues. East of Dixon, the left lane's blocked for the collision cleanup. Approaching Avenue Road in the collectors, the right lane is blocked with the crash. Approaching Leslie in the collectors, problems have cleared. That's in the middle of a backup East 401, starting from just before the 427 on and off to Victoria Park in the Express into Kennedy in the collectors, and then it's jammed up east of Port Union Express and collectors to Brock Street. West 401 west of Brock Street, the left lane's blocked with the crash. It's jammed approaching Dixon from the 680 traffic center. Kyle Hawking.
A couple of other problems have cleared on the southbound 400. Issues approaching Shepherd are gone, so it's actually not bad through Shepherd. Jams up a little at the 401 ramps. Also problems on the southbound 427 and Airport Road. Those are long gone now. Southbound delays non-existent. Northbound still a bit busy approaching the 409 up towards the 407. And we've got problems now having cleared north on the 404 through Steeles. They're all gone. DVP 404 delays Bayview Bloor to the 401. A bit slow through Finch up towards Steeles, and then heavier from the 407 up to Elgin Mills. Now at Lexus of Oakville, he said 2019 IS300 all-wheel drive from 188 bi-weekly at 0.9% with a $4,000 delivery credit. See LexusofOakville.ca. Your next report at 6:41, and with the forecast, here's Carl Leon.
Down to a low of +1 tonight. Rain continuing, and those winds intensify as we head toward the midnight hour. Out of the southwest, between 30 to 50 kilometers per hour, gusting to 80. The winds will be the strongest during the overnight, and that's when we'll see that rain transition over to light snow across the GTA. We wake up to some snow showers continuing, mostly cloudy conditions, and a little bit of sunshine by the afternoon. Tomorrow's high just 5 degrees, but it will be also quite windy, with winds between 30 to 40 kilometers per hour. Tonight's overnight low, +1.
680 News Time, 6:33.
I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. And a monster from its slab began to rise. And suddenly, to my surprise,
that chill in the air might be sending a chill down your spine. Welcome to Halloween night. The monstrous weather not dampening the spirits in the beach, though.
Michelle Mackey's among these spectacular sights on Edgewood Avenue. Joins us live. Michelle.
James, I can confirm it is cold, it is wet, and it is windy. So can 8-year-old Cayman.
I'm dressed up as a ninja.
Are you staying warm in that ninja outfit?
No, it's too cold outside.
But for the candy, he tells me it's totally worth it. Laura Cochran lives on Edgewood and helped organize all of the Halloween festivities.
Unlike Montreal, Halloween is October 31 here in Toronto, so I'm really proud that we've kept it to this particular date.
The street is close to traffic, and along with a ton of candy, there's a fog machine, caravana dancers, and a band. I can also tell you there are full-size chocolate bars here. Don't mind if I do. Now, trick-or-treaters and their parents are encouraged to make a donation to the Riverdale Collegiate Band to help fund a 2020 trip for the band to go to Europe. Reporting live from Edgewood, I'm Michelle Mackey.
680 News Time, 6:35. Drivers will need to be on high alert tonight, keeping an eye out for trick-or-treaters. 680's Casey Taylor joins us with some advice from police on how to stay safe.
Make sure you can see and that you can be seen, which means rethink the mask in favor of makeup or face paint. U of T professor of medicine Dr. Donald Redemeyer has studied the numbers and says kids are significantly more likely to be hit on Halloween.
In our research, the single most dangerous hour was between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. when the early ones are already out on the streets and the later parents are rushing home in order to make up for lost time.
Also saying boys are more likely to be hit than girls, possibly because boys' costumes are typically darker. Always advising to add some reflective tape or carry a flashlight if that's the case. I'm Casey Taylor.
680 News Time, 6:35. Police are on the hunt for suspects after gunfire rang out
Earlier this morning in the city's northwest, 6 Cities Mark Douglas joins us from the area of Jane and Lawrence.
A daytime shooting from about 9:30 in the morning. It happened here in the parking lot behind this apartment building at Jane and Harding Avenue, south of Lawrence.
I know that 2 people were shooting and that 1 person was in fact shot.
Inspector Jim Gattell says a 29-year-old man suffered several non-life-threatening gunshot wounds. In the parking lot is a black 4-door car. Its rear passenger door has been left open in the rain. Gattell says they're taking a hard look to see if this could be the suspect's vehicle from a big shooting last night near Trethewey Drive. A stray bullet pierced the window of a ground floor apartment, but no one inside the building was hurt. Residents, though, are still pretty shaken up.
Where is safe in these days, right? It doesn't matter where you are. Everywhere it's like shooting, and you cannot say this is safe and this is not safe. It's just God help us.
Near Jane and Lawrence, I'm Mark Douglas.
680 News Time, 6:36. Tomorrow morning, we will find out the results of a strike vote by the province's elementary teachers. Here's 680's Irene Precklett.
The province-wide vote involves 83,000 members of the Elementary Teachers Federation of Ontario. ETFO President Sam Hammond says the union's goal is to reach an agreement at the bargaining table without having to take job action. Some of the union's priorities include more support for students with special needs and class sizes. ETFO members have been without a contract since the end of August. Results of the vote will be released at 10:30 tomorrow. I'm Irene Precklett.
The future of the controversial smart neighborhood plan for downtown Toronto is starting to look a little more clear. 6 Cities Moma Qureshi tells us the Quayside project is going to be scaled back.
From 190 acres down to 12. That's how far scaled back this project will now be. Mayor Tory says these types of changes needed to happen to keep things moving forward.
An agreement that would see Quayside developed in the right way. We all know that we must develop our waterfront in the right way. The waterfront is too important to get it wrong.
One of the other key bones of contention surrounded data collection and storage, which will now be done here by the government instead of a private company, which Mayor Tory believes is the better way to go.
I think actually they will be fairly comfortable with the notion that governments will be in charge of this data as opposed to any other entity, including in particular a private corporation, any private corporation. I think actually they will be comforted by this and see this as a positive development.
At City Hall, I'm Omen Qureshi.
680 News Time, 6:38. Amid the chaos of the impeachment proceedings against U.S. President Donald Trump, there may be a big win on the horizon for Canada.
There's still a lot of work to be done as Democrats in the White House try to reach an agreement to give this trade deal the green light, but we are receiving a positive sign. In a news conference after approving the rules of the impeachment proceedings, Democratic House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says she does see a path to ratification.
We're not there yet, but we understand the road that the last, shall we say, mile that we have to go. I'm optimistic.
Democrats have been demanding changes and holding up the ratification, and there were fears talks with the Trump team would be derailed thanks to the impeachment. The Prime Minister has said Canada will move in lockstep with the U.S., but his government will have to reintroduce legislation to pass the trade deal now that we have a new parliament. Cormac McSweeney, Parliament Hill.
Coming up at 6:41, traffic and weather together on the ones, including a crash on the eastbound 401 east of Guelph line affecting all lanes. 680 News Time, 6:39.
Rising 47 stories above church in Adelaide comes a building that can only be described as remarkable. Introducing The Saint from Minto Communities. The Saint takes its place alongside Toronto's most iconic buildings.
I like this coin. It's nice and shiny, but it's weird.
At thesaintcondos.com. Minto Communities.
City Streets Church Street is closed both ways from Carlton to north of Wellesley for the annual Halloween on Church event. And west of Schomberg, Highway 9 is closed in both directions between 10th Side Road and 12th Concession for a collision investigation. Now the 680 News gas price update. And Pro predicts the price of gas will drop a cent at midnight to $1.18.9 a liter at most GTA stations. 680 News Time, 640.
From finger painting to times tables, school's the start of a journey that can take kids anywhere. Our education system needs to evolve to reflect this journey, to prepare kids for the future, their future. So we're updating it to give kids the tools they need to support positive mental health, develop real life skills, and prepare for what's next. So they're ready to rise to every test, during school and after. Learn how the government is improving your child's educational journey at ontario.ca/education for tomorrow. Paid for by the Government of Ontario.
Hello, Alpine Credits.
You're the guys that say approved, right?
Yes, sir.
I want to lose weight, so I told my buddies I'm going to switch from beer to white wine, and they did not approve.
Right.
You will?
We only approve homeowners for loans, for renovations, consolidating debt, that type of thing.
Perchance rosé.
Oh, listen to your buddies, my friend.
At Alpine Credits, we try to approve all home equity loan applications, regardless of your credit, age, or income. Find out more at alpinecredits.ca. Alpine Credits. Homeowners get approved. Fiscal license 12616.
680 News Time, 641.
Time for traffic and weather together on the ones brought to you by Flight Center. Here's Jordan Kerr.
Westbound on the 401 west of Brock Street, the left lane's blocked with a crash. It's jammed up from west of Stevenson, then delays from the Allen, alternately expressing collectors to Dixon, from the 410 to west of Mavis, 407 to west of Trafalgar, and jammed from Highway 25 to approaching Guelph line. That's because eastbound on the 401 east of Guelph line, we have a collision affecting all three lanes. Traffic was able to get by at last check, jammed from Guelph line to east of it. After that, eastbound 401 is backed up, approaching the 427, on and off to alternating between Express and Collectors to Victoria Park Express and to Kennedy and the Collectors. In that backup east of Dixon in the left lane, a crash cleanup's ongoing there. Crews are all unseen. The problem approaching Avenue Road and the Collectors is gone. And then east 401 into Durham is slow going from Liverpool, both Express and Collectors, to Brock Street. From the 680 Traffic Center, Kyle Hawking.
It's still very slow leaving downtown north on the Don Valley Parkway, but improving. Don Mills up to the 401. 404 volume approaching the 407 to Elgin Mills. And on the 400 northbound, just minor delays. Langstaff up towards Teston Road. On the westbound Gardner, still slow from Cherry now to west of Strawn. And then the west QEW, a really heavy backup, 427 to approaching Mississauga Road. And from Appleby on to the Burlington Skyway, you'll find it slow if you're traveling toward the city. Eastbound QEW is not bad, but the eastbound Gardner busy Humber Bridge to Cherry, so that actually represents an improvement. Southbound 404 Don Valley, a delay approaching Shepherd to south of Lawrence. Again, Don Mills down towards the Bayview Blue Ramp, and again, it's breaking up. Live your adventure in a galaxy far, far away at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, now open.